Hi Gemini, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, stars what we have in front of us, the Celt Cross spread as always, and I also pulled the Four Agreements and Wisdom of the Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology ice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Okay, we have Virgo, and Virgo is actually your fourth house of home, roots, family, and as of right now, it's a pretty quiet area of the zodiac, but I do see Virgo energy in your main spread too, so there could definitely be a focus there. And I should mention as well, at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon in Virgo yet too, so that's another area where that could be coming up as significant for you, so be on the lookout for that. But of course, as before we physically get into the month of March, we also have Neptune, and Neptune is in Pisces, which is your 10th house of career and social status. And of course, we'll be in Pisces season for the majority of March. And we have 6. So 6th house energy for you guys is Scorpio. Again, that's another area of the zodiac that's a little quiet, but I do see Scorpio energy in your spread as well. And in general, 6th house points to health, work, and daily routines. All right, so we'll fall out of the way. We'll get started with the main spread. All right, in the main situation position, we have 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy, and challenging that, we have Justice, which is Libra energy. So, could just be saying that maybe there could be some confusion around your work lives at this time. And with this in a challenge position, could just be saying that maybe it's hard to achieve balance, right? Could even just be saying that, for example, maybe you're just understaffed where you are, right? So it could just be one of those things where you're a little bit overwhelmed, and there could be an awareness around that, but whoever's in charge of the hiring doesn't seem to be in any rush to help level things out by hiring more people, right? That's another way it could be playing out. And this could just be saying that even if it's totally separate from your work lives, but given the dice that made me think it could be the case, in any area of life, if there was some confusion, it could just be saying that maybe if there was a situation where you felt like you never really got an answer as to why things unfolded the way they did, that could still be a bit of a challenge for you guys this month as far as that justice hasn't come in to give you the overall reasoning why something took place. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Hermit. So yeah, this could just be saying that whatever the situation is, it could have caused you to withdraw for a while and really try to dig deep and figure out what exactly this was that went off the rails for you guys. Like I said, my first thought was it could have been a work-related thing, but for others of you, it could be multiple areas of lives. I mean, when we have the cup energy, it could point to love, right? It could point to connections in general. So looks like you've really just been trying to figure out what took place there. All right, in the past position, we have the 6 of Swords. So to me, this says that you most likely have already distanced yourself from it physically, at least, right? For some of you, could have even done so in the middle of Aquarius season, so it could have been recent for some of you. But yeah, it looks like this is saying that you did make an attempt to move to calmer waters and really try to figure out what the whole lesson of this situation was. All right, in the present position, we have the Page of Cups. So this looks like someone may come forward to actually attempt to clear the air around the situation, right? It still might not give you all the pieces of the puzzle because we look here, they might lack a little clarity themselves, right? Given that we see there's a fish coming out of that cup, which clearly shows that maybe someone hasn't gone over the details themselves to make sure everything was on the up and up. But I do feel like this is at least going to be a sincere attempt to come in and explain what took place. All right, in the near future position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, seeing this come up here, this is Jupiter energy, and Jupiter actually will be moving into your sign later on this year. Won't be till the end of May, but seeing this here could just be saying that you might start to feel an energy turning around in your favor, right? So whatever the situation is, looks like it's going to start to be cleared up in March, and then once you get that clarity, it feels like it's going to help give you more confidence moving forward. position of your influence in the situation, we have the Three of Wands. So yeah, this is another example of how it could just be playing out. Let's say the work example tends to be the easiest one to get the point of these energies across, but let's say if you put in a lot of work, right? They were short staffed for however long. They said, oh, we're looking to hire new people, but we just haven't found anyone yet, right? So you're doing all this crazy work. Never really felt like you were rewarded for it, right? This could just be saying, waiting for the fruits of your labor to come in around that situation. And then this could just be saying that you might actually start to see some forward movement there this month. At the very least, maybe they'll let you know, like, hey, when we're, let's say early April, that's when we'll be able to compensate you for the work that was done in the past, given that this is an Aries energy there. All right, in the environment position, we have the Eight of Wands. So yeah, to me, this looks like things are a lot more clear, right? At least we see here all of these wands seem to be moving in the same direction, right? So whereas the Seven of Cups looks like a very scattered energy, this looks a lot more organized and fast-paced as well. So whatever lack of clarity you might have been experiencing looks like it's going to be clearing up this month. Right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Two of Cups. So this is Cancerian energy here. So yeah, usually when I see this, of course, people tend to think of love connections first, just from the artwork itself. But on top of that, to me, I also like to think of it as a meeting of the minds, right? Where people are looking at things from the same perspective. They hit it off well because of that, and then that helps with the communication and moving things forward. So it could just be saying that that's what you've been hoping for, right? So if you have been in an environment, let's say, where you felt like there were a lot of misunderstandings, right? And you couldn't get on the same page with someone, this looks like ultimately what you're longing for. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Six of Wands. So this is Leo energy here, and usually points to a sense of victory, just recognition in general, right? So like I said, if maybe there was something that you may have been promised in the past, right, and it didn't seem like it was ever really going to come to pass, this month might be when it finally does. So you might start to reap the rewards of work done in the past. All right, and the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, this might even be saying that you might have received some attempts to rectify a situation in the past, but they just might not have been to your liking, right? Or maybe you just didn't necessarily have an awareness that that was what was coming through for you because you might have just envisioned it taking place a certain way, and it might have unfolded in a different way. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says, let your life be transformed. All right, it says, when you stop making assumptions, your word becomes impeccable, and your life is completely transformed. Magic just happens in your life. What you need comes to you easily because spirit moves freely through you. So interesting message there, right? Because to be fair with that Seven of Cups, right, maybe that means that there was some kind of an assumption made, right? Maybe you just assumed that, oh, if I take on all this extra work, I'll be rewarded for it, right? Whereas that might have never been their intention, right? They might have just viewed it as, oh, great, we don't even have to hire someone because Gemini is taking on all this extra work, right? So it's one of many ways that could be playing out. But speaking of the making assumptions part, that does remind me of the fact that we will have Mercury in shadow right after the mid-month point of March, and then of course it'll be retrograde in April, so just be on the lookout for that as we get into those energies as well. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have a Wake Up. Here's the artwork, and the number is 34. Okay, we'll see what this has to say. Definitely sounds like a positive on the surface. All right, essential meanings says receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The Oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because another way I could see this playing out too, thinking of a work environment, right, could just be saying that maybe you were put into a new position, right, and then given no guidance on really how to handle it, right? And then this person might have almost done that intentionally to not directly sabotage you, but just maybe from feeling threatened, right? So they're like, oh, I don't really want to help this person out because what if their end goal is to replace me with this person, right? So it could have been one of those types of energies too. And now you might cross paths with more supportive people this month, if that's the case. All right, the relationship message says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust, you will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So, definitely a positive, supportive message there. I will say this didn't necessarily come across as a romantic connection, seemed a lot more work related. But if that's the case, right, maybe that's saying that if you were in that dynamic where you would just do for a person, right, just thinking that, oh, they would reciprocate, but they just continue to take, right, could just be saying, well, to be fair, maybe it was on you to express some of your needs as well, right, as opposed to just letting someone get super comfortable with, oh, Gemini does everything around here. So hopefully that resonates. The prosperity message says now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So yeah, I'm definitely an interesting message there as well, right? Because I was saying maybe feeling unsupported in the work environment, but for some of you that could even be one of those things where if you're an entrepreneur, right, maybe things are just getting super busy and hectic, and you're like, okay, I can't take on all this anymore. But again, that would mean that you would need to try to go out there and find someone with a like mind to help out with that, right? So hopefully it resonated as well. I will wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.